Our next speaker needs no introduction. She is constantly fighting for conservative values. Jackie Walorski.
Yeah! All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something really quickly. I appreciate the president, as Todd Gogler was just saying, I'm grateful that the president was here today. I love every time he comes to Elkhart County because it focuses the eyes of the nation on us. But let me tell you what our concerted message is today. As a legislator, I can tell you, we pass and look at bills every day in the state of Indiana on energy, on utilities, and what it's going to cost you. Utilities in the state of Indiana are regulated, and they're regulated because of the absolute amount of price fixing that can happen, but we have them regulated in the state of Indiana. 96% of electricity generated in Indiana comes from coal. We're what's called a coal state. Yes. We have coal mines in southern Indiana, folks, with about 300 years of a natural resource called coal. And for as green as I am, and for as much as I believe in the technology, I think most of you know I'm a fan of alternative energy, but I want it to be a incentive program, not a mandate from the federal government.
Right.
Yeah. Because this is a Hoosier state, and the jobs that depend on coal and nuclear power up here in northern Indiana far exceed what we're talking about here in the increase in cost if cap and trade passes. Actually, Congressman Mike Pence calls it tax and trade, because it's a tax to you. And while I appreciate the president being here today, let me tell you something. This concept of charging a tax every time you turn a light on, every time you get in your car, and charging a tax to pay for a mandated government program is going to cost you about every dime of what the president just brought here today. Because guess who's paying for it? Guess who's paying for the program? You are. Guess who's going to have to make sure that it's successful? You are. Guess where the money's coming from, folks? It's from your pocket. That's the problem with the policies. And I can tell you, and I appreciate Jim being here today, because, you know what, I lived in socialized medicine. I lived in the European Union for almost 4.5 years. I've seen how it does not work. Universal health care does not work. The government can't take care of people. I can tell you right now, the government does not do a good job of protecting lives of vulnerable people, the young and the old. They haven't yet, and they never will. And I can tell you this, if this socialized medicine passes, you better have your congressman's phone number on speed dial, because you'll need him to intermediate and mediate for your health care. When it comes to cap and trade, if cap and trade passes, there's a report that I brought with me today. It's from the Beacon Hill Institute, and it's a report that has every single state and the effects of cap and trade and what it means. In Indiana, it's a multiple billion-dollar hit in jobs and in lost revenue and lost income. And I can tell you right now, folks, one of the main attractions and main things that we can offer people that come to Indiana to build new businesses, when they look from around the country and they look at places to go. Yesterday we had a job announcement, Dometic Corporation, and you know what? Those jobs were insourced. And you know what? They had China to look at, they had Mexico to look at, and they brought those jobs to Elkhart, Indiana. You know why? Because we would be able to go to the table as the state of Indiana and offer them incentives, and one of the incentives is we have the second lowest utility rate in the nation, and it's because we produce coal, we produce nuclear power, we're smart green people, we need less government, we need to make these decisions for ourselves, use private investment, use capitalism, use the free market to drive this economy home and to rebuild our families and rebuild our economy. So thank you, Mr. President. I appreciate the money, I appreciate the attention, but cap and trade will absolutely decimate this RV industry that is just beginning to come back, and we need to say no. Thank you.